This is Motorcycle Island, officially known as Appalachia Bay recreational area on Lake Keystone near Tulsa, Oklahoma. This video is the first in a series of videos I will be doing on off-road parks near my home in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I purchased this Honda 450L with the intent of exploring areas near my home that I had never been. I used the website riderplanet.com, which I highly recommend, to find all the legal trails within about an hour and a half of my house. I will be taking my drone, my GoPro, and my Honda 450 and documenting my experience as I visit these areas for the first time. If you like this sort of content, please like and subscribe to my channel. And if you have any questions about the Honda 450, the trails, or any of the other bikes or trips I've taken on my channel, please comment below. According to Rider Planet, Appalachia Bay is about 600 acres. The vehicle width is limited to 52 inches, which is enforced by a steel gate at the entrance. The island can become inaccessible depending on the lake level. One advantage of riding on an island is you really shouldn't get lost. You'll either find the water's edge or you'll find a main road which runs the length of the island right down the middle. One disadvantage of this riding area is there are no directional arrows and no maps or labels of any kind. You just find a trail and head down it and try and listen for oncoming traffic. Fortunately, during my visit, there were very few other riders, so I kind of had the island to myself. I think I would be nervous about this on a busier weekend. About half of the island is covered in pretty rideable trails on a motorcycle, loose dirt, hard pack, some rocks, nothing extremely technical unless you're absolutely looking for it. There are several places where you can ride along the beach. The sand along the water's edge is packed and fun. However, about half of the island is loose, deep sand. While it's probably a great experience, especially if you're an adventure rider trying to learn to ride in sand, I did not find it all that enjoyable. Here I have my clutch out, my engine wound, paddling through the sand, just trying to get up a hill. The lake levels on my visit were about 6 feet above normal, so I imagine these narrow beaches would be quite a bit larger if the lake were at normal height. I was able to find some sections to ride, but then I would get cut off by driftwood or other obstacles. I spent about 2 hours exploring the island. I would have stayed longer, but with an excessive heat warning and a predicted heat index of 110 degrees, I decided to head home before it got too hot. I'm sure there are trails I did not see and areas that I did not ride, but I feel like I covered 80 to 90% of the island, and hopefully the footage will give you an idea of what to expect if you ever decide to visit. I had no complaints about the motorcycle. It is certainly more off-road capable than I am. I did enjoy the extra power that this bike has over something like the 250L, which you can watch a video of my trip through Moab on a 250 on my channel. It is buzzy at 70 miles an hour, as you would expect, a little less stable than something like an Africa Twin, but it's still great fun to be able to ride to a park, ride the park, and then ride home. For the last minute of this review, I did run into another solo rider that said I could follow him around. He was 62 years old, a way better rider than me, but he slowed down and I followed him through a loop. And then as bonus footage at the end of this video, I've tacked on a review of Whitewater Bay, which is a much smaller park, about 10 minutes away from this park, and it was on my way home, so I thought I'd check it out as well. So stay tuned for that if you're interested. As I said earlier, about 10 minutes from Appalachia Bay is Whitewater Bay. It's just below the Keystone Dam. According to Rider Planet, it's about 80 acres, and it's visited mostly by 4x4s and side-by-sides. And after my visit, I could certainly see why. I would say it is 80% sand trails or just huge open sand areas. Not really that exciting on a motorcycle. As you can see, I got to practice my sand riding skills quite a bit today. On the south side, there are some woods. They are full of rutted up, deep holes where Jeeps and 4x4s have made quite the mess. Again, not that exciting. Here was a Jeep going down a hill. There's a road that goes up the top and then just a whole bunch of downhills where Jeeps and 4x4s could go. So as a motorcyclist, I would say skip Whitewater Bay. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this video. It's a new format for me. Please like and subscribe to see more videos in this series and more epic trip videos as I take them.